There is one thing that I know you are not paying attention to with your Amazon business that is costing you a ton of money, and it is lead time. And there's one thing that you do wrong that is costing you a ton of money, and that is costing you scaling faster than you actually should. All right, this is what we are going to talk about today. If you don't know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release videos right there on YouTube to help you for your Amazon with your Amazon business, for 100% free. So if you're new, if I were you, I would subscribe. And the reason why I do this is because I sell softwares, okay? If you become successful, you will eventually have to use my software because they're the best in the game, all right? But no need to talk about this today. Let's take our time and talk about lead time. If you do not know what lead time is the time that it takes you from when you actually order your product, right, to actually receive it and make it become available eventually if you want to actually extend it to this, right? So with Amazon, you know that when you buy your product does not immediately becomes available for sale because you need to send this product to Amazon, okay, which already takes time first, and before that you actually need to receive the product, right, which is already going to take a little bit of time. But after that, you're going to send that product to Amazon. Amazon is going to process the product for it to become available, right? However, you may not know it, okay, if you're just starting. If you've been selling for a little while, you know it already, right? But there's two ways that you can actually send your shipments, and it depends on the shipment split, right? So there's two different splits that you can do. The first one is called Amazon Optimized Split, right? And with Amazon Optimized Split, Amazon is going to ask you to send your inventory, to split your inventory in between multiple fulfillment centers, okay? And there's different levels to that, okay? So if, like, when Amazon receive a product, and I was wrong to say that you would send your products to fulfillment centers because this is not exactly how it works, right? So when you send your shipments, it's going to go first to what we call a cross dock, okay? And depending on the type of split that you do, you're going to go either to a regional or a national cross dock, all right? So the way it works is as follow, okay? It's pretty much a three-step process, right? So first of all, your shipments are going to go through national cross docks, okay? Then regional cross docks, and from the regional cross docks, it's going to be split amongst fulfillment centers close to customers, right? So the great thing, if you do Amazon optimized splits, is your shipments are going to be split in 5, right? But the great thing is that they are going to go straight to a regional cross dock, and so they are going to skip this first step that you have on top, right? So they're going to skip the national cross dock, go straight to regional cross dock, and you are going to save around 1 week, 10 days on your lead time. Your stuff is going to check in really, really fast. What I currently see on the East Coast, I'm shipping from Miami when I'm shipping from here, right? What I currently see is that I start getting sales as early as 4 full days after I actually sent my shipments in, right? Which is crazy, okay? So I send my shipments on Monday night. They receive it, and I start getting sales on Friday morning, sometimes on Thursday night, all right? And there's a lot of other stuff that plays a role, how fast your inventory is selling, because based on that, Amazon is going to prioritize your shipments, all that stuff. Don't worry too much about that, all right? And so that's with Amazon Optimized Split. Now, the thing that you need to understand is that if you do it this way, of course, it's not like you can just choose which split you want to do and nothing is going to change, right? So there's two things that you can do. You can either do the Amazon Optimized Split, which is what we talked about, or what we can do is what is called the minimal split, okay? Which, as its name implies, your shipment is not going to be split as much, right? So the challenge, I should say, with Amazon optimized splits is that your shipments are going to be split in between 5 different fulfillment centers. Okay, so if you're not sending a lot of inventory, it can actually cause some issues. Okay, it's going to be hard to actually get to be able to do that, right? However, it's not that hard to do, and we're going to talk about that in a few, right? But to be eligible to send Amazon optimized split shipments, what you need to do is you need to have, like, every single one of your boxes, you need to have at least 5 boxes and have the same exact box content in them. So let's say that I'm selling these 2 things, right? I'm selling a pink mug and I'm selling a glass, all right? Which, if you're new, pay attention, like sending glass, it can break, whatever, okay, all that stuff. We know it, you know it, pay attention to that. But it's just for the sake of the example, right? So a lot of people think that if you do Amazon optimized splits, you need to do what we call case-packed shipments, okay? Case-packed shipments are shipments that only have one SKU, one product, by SKU I mean product, one product inside them. So for example, I have 50 of these in one box, and so this is a case-packed box of this item, right? Which you do not necessarily require. You can do case packed if you want to do Amazon optimized, but you don't have to, right? So if you have 2 different products or more, you just need to have the same exact quantity of each of these products in every single box. So you need to have 5 boxes, so you need to have at least 5 of these and 5 of these. So you can have one of these 2 in every single box. And this is how you are going to be able to make Amazon optimized splits work. You should buy products in multiples of 5, okay? That's literally it. Buy your products in multiples of 5, so that way you can split them in 5 and send stuff doing Amazon optimized split. Of course, if you just have $100 to spend a week and your products are $20 on average, you buy them at $20 on average, you're not going to be able to make this work, okay? Of course. But if you do a little bit of volume and you don't need a ton of volume, this is the route you should actually go through, okay? This is what you should do, because first of all, and to be honest, like, okay, I'm not going to, like, if you actually do the calculation, you are going to pay pretty much the same thing most of the time as if you were to do minimal split. Because if you do Amazon optimized split, what's going to happen is that you're not going to be paying placement fees. With minimal split, you are going to need to pay placement fees because Amazon needs to transfer stuff in between where you send them to their final destination, which costs money, right? Transferring products costs money. So they are going to charge you what they call a placement fee. And if you do minimal split, you will pay a placement fee. You have the convenience of being able to send all your stuff to the same fulfillment center, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money, right? So if you actually look a little bit deeper into it, if you actually compare, if you do minimal splits, it's going to cost you pretty much the same thing as if you were doing Amazon optimized split, right? Because if you do Amazon optimized split, there's going to be some bugs that you're going to need to ship further away. So for example, from here, I'm going to need to ship some bugs to California, which is going to be more expensive. But if you average everything out, it's going to cost you pretty much the same thing. Because if you do minimal split, usually you will ship to a place really, really close to you. The only thing is that you're going to need to pay placement fees. And these 2 things, like, you're not really going to save money by doing Amazon optimized split, because you're going to pay, of course, more on shipping but less on placement fee. It's going to average out to be pretty much the same, which is why you should not just look into this as just getting the cheapest cost when it comes to actually shipping your products. This is absolutely not what you should do. What you should do is think about lead time. As I said earlier, right? Amazon optimized split are going to give you a better lead time. Okay, if you do minimal split, it's going to take you like close to, on most products, you're going to see your stuff starting to sell after 2 weeks, sometime earlier, but it's rare, and sometimes it's going to take way longer. Right now, I have a product. We are mid-April. I have some products that I sent mid-February that just started selling, like right now. But it's like an extreme case. Most of the time, it's not going to be like this. It could be because, you know, the fulfillment center got packed up, then they transfer. So like, it could be for a ton of reasons, right? It could happen, but if you actually learn how to do Amazon optimized splits, and if you actually stick to doing Amazon optimized splits most of the time. And of course, sometimes you're going to have products left over, but that's fine. Do most of your shipments doing Amazon optimized splits, and then for whatever you have left, if you have 1, 2, 3 units left, do minimal splits. So that way you send that shipment, you send that shit. It's going to take a little bit longer to check in, but you have your stuff that you send Amazon optimized that is going to check in, right? So if you actually do it this way, I'm telling you, this is one of the keys to scale, because you're going to make your cash flow cycles shorter, right? Like literally, it's going to make your cash flow cycle way shorter, and you're going to save a ton of time, which means, time is money. So that's how you're going to scale your business, because your cash flow cycles are going to be shorter. You can leverage more money, you can leverage your business a little bit more, and that's literally one of the secrets of scaling. Okay, like literally, that's one of the secrets of scaling. And most people, most beginners, a lot of people, a lot of your competition is not going to do that stuff. And this is how you are going to one-up them, because you're going to be in stock on these ASINs before them, and you're going to be able to stay in stock and sell those leads longer than them. So you can go deeper in stock, you can make more money with the same amount of leads, and you don't really need to, but like you actually can do it this way. So that way, like for the same, like you can stretch, you can milk that opportunity for way longer. Okay, you can milk that opportunity for way longer than the other guys are going to be able to do it. And that's how you become a successful Amazon seller. Okay, so if everything makes sense, if everything that I said in this video, you think that everything is helpful, if you want to actually go deeper into all that stuff, I'm doing weekly live calls. You can sign up. There's a link in the description. Okay, I think like that's the only link that I'm going to put there. There's a link, Thursday nights, going live. You can sign up. Okay, it's behind the wall, so you need to sign up to actually come. If I were you, I would come. Like literally, I would come, because I share a lot of stuff on these calls. And this is why I waited until here to promote it, because I did the first call for my email list last week. No, I'm not going to promote it to my email list or on YouTube this way, but I'm really going to promote it to people that are actually motivated, right? So I'm not trying to promote it to everybody. Okay, so if you are really motivated to scale your business, I have a live call. I do every Thursday, I do live calls. 100% free. Check the link in the description and sign up. And if I were you, I would actually sign up, all right? Because lots of gems are dropped during these calls. So yeah, I'll see you on Thursdays. If not, I'll see you never, or I'll see you in the next video. Thank you a lot for watching.